He's very outspoken, but he's very clear on what he is outspoken about.
Sometimes he can just be brutally honest.
He'll say it as it is. No gray area.
If anything stands in the way of something he's trying to achieve, he'll address it.
What he did see was stupidity. Whether you're black or you're white.
Depending on who you ask, Galston Anthony holds different titles. To some, he's a creative entrepreneur, a music executive, and a filmmaker. To others, a systems builder, a father with great political ambition, and recently, a controversial figure who never quite learned how to stay silent. But long before the businesses, the headlines, the public battles, and all the ambitions, there was simply a young boy growing up in a small town in South Africa, still finding his feet. A boy quietly trying to understand where he belonged. This is the story of Galston Anthony.
This is the house I was born in 1985. Here's the problem is, it's abandoned now. For the past 10 years, nobody actually lived here. A lot of you know that I like my basketball and I learned some tennis. Let me show you where it happened. Be prepared to be disappointed. There was a hoop up there. And right here was the pool, right over here.
My cousin and I, Galston, we were born in Bophuthatswana.
Our families knew each other, we were family friends.
We are basically related by our fathers. Our fathers are brothers.
Well, I've known Galston since 1994. We went to school together in a small town called Mafikeng.
Solplaatjie was the school that we were at. We went through Miss Van Heeren's class, yeah.
We used to have gatherings at this place because, you know, his dad is big on community.
They had a big house, my goodness. They had all the nice cars.
They had the basketball court, by the tennis court, there were swimming pools, there was lapas, there was TV games, there were bicycles. Hey, I used to get excited, man.
They were the well-traveled guys. They were always going somewhere on holiday.
He was still relatively, Americanized back in the day because you'd pack waffles for lunch.
Back in our time, there's a program that we'd watch. Everyone would love Power Rangers. See these toilet paper rolls, the disposable part that comes out, the brown part? It was like a watch thingy that the Power Rangers had, just to activate that big, what's this? Transforming Power Ranger so that the animal, so he'd make that with that toilet paper thing.
We had another friend by the name of Kevin Dabrowski. I remember being the Green Ranger. Mr. Galston was Zach, the Black Ranger. Kevin was Jason.
In Bophuthatswana at the time, you had Mabatu and you had Mafikeng. Mafikeng was the town. In Mafikeng, you had Golfview, Rivera Park, both affluent areas, Rivera Park obviously being the more affluent area.
Most of the people there were staying there. It's Kimakoa, Kibatwa Welela Skoa, because come on next door, you find people from the States. You find people from China.
Bophuthatswana was great, man. It was multicultural.
It wasn't only Botswana, you had people from all over the world.
The homeland and Mangope's regime in particular didn't necessarily fall under the apartheid system. There was a lot of integration.
It was like living in South Africa, but out of South Africa. Or maybe I could say it was an island on its own. Maybe in America or somewhere else, because the things that would happen here wouldn't happen in the rest of South Africa.
Even where he went to school, it was just a mixture of cultures and people from different areas. So I think, that sort of shaped how he sees the world.
We didn't really distinguish between black and white. The racial tension or the extent of it was only exposed to us after the change of regime when Bophuthatswana now became Northwest.
riots did really affect the people that side, because I do remember his father's company or the factory. It was vandalized. They burned the place. They stole the machineries and stuff like that. So that was when they moved away from the northwest.
1994, the riots came. Back then in Botswana, prominent leaders, figures, and prominent people in the business industry, they all left. And that's the last when you saw them.
The year was 1998. We were in grade 7.
So we were still 12 years old, little boys in Polokwane. Back then it was still called Petersburg.
Petersburg Comprehensive School.
We just met at school. This weird guy that just came from nowhere.
And most kids who just got there at the time could not speak proper English.
And you know, and you're still learning to connect a few words to speak English. And he comes, this guy speaks proper English.
We were all stunned, like, oh, where did this one drop? Oh, where did he come from? You know, because he was very articulate.
When he walks into a classroom, you could definitely feel that this is a man that is very confident.
So the classes were also PCS, right? So P, everybody knows the P were the smart people.
Then you have the room temperature IQ maybe at C. Then S were the ones that were struggling a bit. Yeah. So he just jumped to the first class.
Teacher's pet. I actually used to think it's because his parents are rich. That's why the teachers love him. Probably his parents funded the school to be started. I don't know.
He was popular in class because he spoke a lot.
He was, I don't know if I should say special kid, because it's like he just came out of nowhere. I don't even think we asked him, like, where did you come from and why do you speak like that?
Like, I swear, like, he was annoying because he was just good at everything. And I think we hated that, you know. I'm not the only one saying this. So if you ask all our high school friends, they would definitely attest to that. And those that don't attest to it are just lying. Be honest, you didn't like him. You loved to hate Galston.
You couldn't miss him, even if you wanted to.
Mr. Fondi Irfa was my principal in the time I was here. There was a teacher by the name of Piet Foster, and we did a thing called Tusa, which is like a break period between classes. And we used to be in this class over here, and make no mistake, one wrong move, you get... My first fight actually happened right here, right? I was coming out the classroom, and someone by the name of Rion, he was a rugby player. He told me, come. We walked all the way from up there to down here to squabble it up. And guess who won? Yep, I won that fight. I was an athlete, track and field, long jump, 200 meters, 100 meters. That was my thing, and that all happened here. See where we did our school dance performance in this hall. Can you imagine? I had my first dance show here. I was doing Michael Jackson Usher moves.
When we got to high school, I was told he's the rich kid. And only because he was a clean guy. Like, he's always been a clean guy. I don't know about the rich part. He hasn't given me a cent.
One time I meet this guy that comes up and he's rocking the freshest Jordans. And I'm like, who is this guy?
He had a deeper American accent than, you know, all of us who picked it up from MTV.
It was funny because we were kids and we mocked the heck out of him.
He was very popular. He was extremely popular.
His walk irritated me. I'm like, look at his walk. And he didn't do the things that people were doing. He wasn't playing soccer, he was playing basketball.
You intrigued, like, man, where did you get this ball skills from? Because naturally the guys in Zanin at the time weren't really basketball players.
I'm like, no, the arrogance of this guy must be too much.
He introduces himself very confident.
I remember the one time he said he doesn't understand that people don't have confidence. I'm like...
Naturally, a normal individual would find that intimidating.
That has always been and will always remain Galston's biggest challenge, is to convince those who just at a very quick glance makes a judgment.
We know a little bit about someone also by the parents.
Very strict, very principled human beings.
You do wrong, they tell you right there, or say what you're doing is not right.
If you strayed, you know you were getting that belt.
I think that strictness played to his advantage in that he knew order.
And the main thing that I could say was instilled in him from an early age is a work ethic.
And that discipline as well added to the fact that he was different.
Throughout his school life, people didn't really understand him, or maybe they only understood what made sense to them. They tried to fit him into something familiar, something easier to explain. The rich kid, the confident one, the guy who seemed like he thought he was better than everyone else. But that version was never really the full picture. People started to realize that what they perceived as arrogance was something else entirely different.
So Galston is always known as the guy, or was always known as the guy who's, like I said, he's got the freshest sneakers, the freshest clothing. He became to be known as the guy who's got the freshest cars.
Because he looks like he just walked right out of a GQ magazine cover. Every single time. Sportswear or formal wear.
They say, no, the guy's a big shot. Here, he's a big shot here, but okay. So we get to the house, a very beautiful house in a prominent place.
In fact, next door to the famous Oscar's Pretorius incident.
The first thing you would see as you would enter was a huge white grand piano.
And then there's some guy wearing some shorts around the house, handing us some drinks and welcoming us. I thought the guy is a help. And then later I'm told that's the same Galston.
I didn't expect him to be so accommodating and welcoming and open.
Galston was of a privileged nature, and whilst he never flaunted it, he never shied away from it.
He had money, but he wasn't the show-off.
Usually when somebody is exposed to such riches or wealth, they go back, as a young guy, you go back. But I must take my hat off to him to say one thing is he's always had his head on straight.
He also has a massive entrepreneurial drive.
While the rest of us tend to shy away from risk, he's not afraid of risk. He welcomes risk.
He said to me, I do not see myself ever sitting and being an employee. I want to create things.
So making money, losing money was never a thing for him, in the sense that if I can make it once and I lose it once, I'll be able to remake it again.
Behind every business venture that he has embarked on, whether it was successful or it wasn't, he has always put himself deep into it.
What people noticed about him was consistent across different stages of his life. He carries a certain kind of drive and intensity in the way he approaches everything he does. In some environments, that becomes a strength. It creates momentum and growth. But in other spaces, the same intensity begins to create pressure, and over time, the pattern becomes more visible.
Zari Hassan's manager, known as Galston Anthony, is in hot soup after his second wife has divorced him. Is this even divorce? The woman just eloped and nowhere knows where she is right about now, and it's not good news to the brand of Zari because the manager is losing wives after wives.
The very thing that makes Galston attractive to ladies is also his kryptonite. His passion, his drive ends up being the thing that drives them away.
He opened up to me to say, yo man, things aren't great at home.
He called me to come and hang out with him, and lo and behold, he was not with his wife, but he was with another girl.
I found this Asian lady and she's telling me I'm the best thing to ever do it and I am the greatest, and I would prefer hearing that than going home and being told I was less of a man.
Despite all his initiatives and efforts to try and make it work, it just was not working out.
They were going through a divorce, and that was a challenging divorce. His wife intentionally wanted to disconnect him from his son. That just spiraled like a whole different side of him.
And he fought. He fought so much that I would even ask him sometimes that just let it go.
The amount of money he spent, like, I personally don't know if I would have done the same.
I think this guy spent millions of rands fighting for his son. Okay, the marriage is not working, but my son, this is a piece of me. I need to impart myself to him. I need to show him the ropes. That was evident in his discomfort. I saw a spark in him from when we met. And to then now see this timid man who was just going through it emotionally.
That doesn't justify the decisions he's made, but I do know from conversations with him that he does take accountability for those decisions.
Not that he was Mr. Right and they were the wrong ones.
From the moment we met, he always wanted to be a dad.
What is your name?
Riley Anthony, that's my surname.
That's your what?
Surname.
Yep, Riley Anthony. And who's the best?
I'm the best.
We can't hear you, Riley.
I'm the best.
Wanted to make sure that his kid has a good future. His kid has the support that he needs and the guidance, especially for a boy.
Seeing him being robbed of that was very difficult.
Playing Dr. Dre.
What do you want me to play?
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. Okay.
After some 2 days in Samaria, Jesus moves on to his home territory. He has had an extended preaching campaign in Judea.
I think all of that put together just added his need to commit further. I mean, I hate to say it, but his side chick at the time.
He wanted to do right by her and put a ring on it.
I asked him this question, why couldn't you just be a dad versus marrying her? Because his moral makeup, his value makeup is, I can't just leave her. I need to be married. I don't want my children growing up outside of two-parent home.
Now, things between him and his second wife, it's also not great.
Zari visited her manager. After visiting the manager was celebrating a BD of the son or daughter that they had welcomed with his new wife. And now, the wife really went ahead to elope. After elopement, things started happening on social media.
I remember Galston went away. He went overseas to support his mentor at a marathon in Greece. He came back.
She picked him up from the airport.
A few hours later, she's online posting a new guy.
They were a happy couple. He left to Greece. He came back. No happy couple anymore.
She has now met the man of her dreams, which then I really got a shock. I'm like, man of your dreams, you just separated or broke up.
It's like, how do you just move on from having a child with someone and then just being freshly married and then boom, you call it off and then boom, you have someone else.
Then it was the social media brawl.
Galston was this and that.
On social media, everything bad about you. I'm gonna put up the financial difficulties.
And especially with the line of work that Galston was doing, I think it affected him not only emotionally, mentally, but also the business aspect of it.
What's crazy is he helped her build that following. And now that same following has been galvanized to attack him, to blast him.
Greg was a story I told you before I met you. You did not exist when I met him. I love how you want to spin this on him and play the victim yet again. Yes, I'm with him while our divorce isn't finalized. But baby, do you remember legally you're still married to your ex-wife? When they were breaking up, this woman was already seeing this Greg guy. And it is not a coincidence at all that they have just broken up. They are not yet officially divorced, but she has already moved on with this guy who was constantly in her DMs.
And during the period of now divorce and separation, he now experiences parental alienation again for the second time.
And I could see what he was doing to him. But in his son's matter, he won that. And he got custody of his son and he raised his son for about 2 years, and through their breakup, the ex-wife at that point and the new Timu version of Galston, when the breakup happened, she came back and took the son.
And sent him this long test about how he's such a bad father. And I mean, how come are you a bad father when this guy has been living with his son for 2 years and you are not there? He's literally taking care of everything. He even potty trained his son.
When he told me he gave up on fighting for his boys, even that, I was also shocked because he's not a type of man to give up.
Me seeing him and meeting him in that stage of his life really just opened up my eyes to seeing a really different man.
Guess who's joining me today? Another road trip. Say hi. Say hi.
What about our son? You abandoned him for another man? What about his heart? He is only 3. How he supposed to feel? How he supposed to know a thing like love is real? Where he ought to go from a broken home? Though he daddy here, he still feel alone. What if women did to him like you do me? You probably wanna go ahead and slice and dice that beef. How can I love with the heart that's been crushed? You just broke me. Why won't you understand? How'd I move on and trust what we had? You call love crushed with both your hands. Heart over broken man.
And then I raised my son for 2 years. I mean, you've seen him in this house a couple times.
Yeah, of course.
Single dad. And I'm out there raising my child is amazing. And then just one time, her and her dream guy, I believe, they decide to break up, and I gotta pay the price. She wakes up one day in a house where I've allowed her to come visit her child. The house is
open door, come in and out as you please.
And she decides she's taking my child. She's not bringing him back because I'm a bad father. And that's that. I'm a bad father. And now that I'm a bad father, guess what? I haven't seen my child since. After 2 years of raising him, not a single cent of maintenance paid from her, not anything required. Everything was paid by me. Now I'm a bad father. She knows what it was like for me chasing my first son. I'm not gonna chase my second son. So I decided, you know what? I ain't taking nobody to court. Galston's gonna be a deadbeat now.
Galston's a great father. Loves his sons, 2 boys, Riley and Rome. Ever since I've known him, he wanted to create a legacy for his boys.
How can I love with the heart that's been crushed? You just broke me. Why won't you understand? How'd I move on and trust what we had? You call love crushed with both your hands. Heart over broken man.
Even in moments when the world seemed to be against him, the essence of who he is never really changed.
In a nutshell, how would I describe him? I think unique.
Goal-driven.
Passionate.
Always ambitious.
Charismatic.
Reads a lot.
What most people would view as arrogance, I view more of intelligence.
We can say what we want to say, but the boy was different.
He won't give up for nothing.
The Bible says, when you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to that mountain, move, and it will move. And that is exactly what I've seen in this guy.
If he says he's going to do it, then you will know it will be done.
His growth path always showed that he is not one to sit and wait for something to happen.
Innately, he has the ability to overturn any situation that he finds himself in.
Hence, he calls himself the
best
to ever do it.
It was an irritating line for me because I couldn't see anything at the moment, but when you look at where he comes from, you just understand.
He's very optimistic, goal-driven, enthusiastic. He has a willpower to get things done.
He just gets to doing things.
And that gives you an indication of the grit he has to see something through.
How do you have the audacity, let's put that, the actual audacity to say, I'm going to run for mayor?
But his actual goal was running for president. I mean, how crazy can you be?
If there's one person that can do it it's him.
In Afrikaans, we call it he's a real start market.
This is somebody that you can depend on.
The man is still exactly the same as the 18-year-old I went to school with. Shares the same principles, values, speaks the same, acts the same, quite frankly, even dresses the same.
If we're going to put our faith in someone, let's put it in someone who is consistent and who is genuine and who, in all these years, has been able to carry himself the same man that you can trust in day in and day out.
I'm voting
Galston Anthony, the best to ever do it. Let's make Joburg gold again.
You can do this, my boy.
See, the problem's telling me that I be the problem, when all I'm trying to do is trying to solve them. Always sabotaging, forever bloody blah about your hormones. Now it's yada yada like a war zone. How you trash talk me, forgetting that you gotta speak with respect. I try to call you out, then you deflect. Use abusive words, bruising egos, cause my feelings you will neglect. Now I'm yelling things later on that I regret.
It's my fault now?
But you don't regard my feelings, huh?
Always about you.
Cause they don't really matter.
This is so narcissistic.
Let's just invalidate them.
What about my feelings?
Cause all you just been saying, I'm a narcissistic, hard to deal with son of a bitch. Misogynistic, it's clear and it's obvious that it's the opposite. But I'm just pissed and y'all resist and deny that the real problem is
You're the real problem.
that you could never be accountable. Oh no, 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 the pain you cause is insurmountable. But I'm not allowed to cry cause I gotta man up. And suppressing the feeling and anger's getting damn tough. Like I'm the perpetrator and you were just a victim. So antagonistic and you never stop to listen. I gotta tread carefully cause there is a system. If I yell any louder then I'm 2 steps in prison.
You abusive son of a...
Who am I fooling, B? Being a woman is now immunity. A nagging woman ain't really that new to me. But I can't take any more of this buffoonery. I built this house brick for brick, piece by piece. You stealing my piece. This cortisol that's just released has just increased. Now let me say my piece and pull these deuces out and say peace.
Go right back to the hell that you came from.
Coming like the needle of the clock goes round, comes right back again. Love is pain and this pain in its love story. Now hear my story.
I've seen him promise people things that he didn't need to promise them, but he fulfilled it.
With great leadership, great power comes great responsibility. This man right here, he has that acumen.
Very principled. I mean, I want to talk about the bribe. You know, that's the one thing I like about you. Like, you don't do bribes, bro.
What material is your liver made from? The guts, the chutzpah.
But give them hell, bro. Show them that their time is done.
I don't know how many times I've said it. Really, if there's anyone that can do anything from nothing, it is you.
And batho ba bantsi, they don't know hore di bra o kgona go bolela Setswana.
That is my bra. So vote for him, do you like her?
He's just bloody awesome. That's all I can say.